Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to make this little Catch Your Scooter game animation thing. So we're going to open up Photoshop right now. You're going to bring in your object. You're going to hit W and then use the Select Subject tool. Then hit Select Subject. Then you're just going to make sure that your subject is selected. You can press Q in order to bring up the overlay. And then you can press B for the brush tool. And then press X to make it white or make it black, and that will select or deselect the areas that you want. And right now, what I was just doing was coloring out the wheel because I don't really need any of the small holes in there. Just kind of a lot of detail that you don't need. And then I'm gonna go to my paths. I'm gonna create a new layer so that I have a new layer to draw the outline on. I believe that I stroked I pathed it. Then I created a new layer. Then I went to my brush tool so that I had, I went to my brush tool and then chose about 3 pixels for it. And you can choose whatever you want. I just chose the brush tool. You're going to stroke your path. Right there, I'm just going to delete that path. Just don't need it there anymore. The next I'm just creating this little rectangle like it was on top of the other one. Then I'm writing Catch the Scooter. I like using Futura Bold at about, I think that was like 128 pixels, something like that. And I'm just putting skirt on the bottom. And I did forget that in Photoshop you can just scale it up and down. You don't actually have to choose the right size. So then I don't know if you guys knew, in Photoshop you can also do some animation. So window timeline view, and then each of the layers is going to be a different object. So a mistake that I made this first time, the first time making it, was if you have your object and then you move it, you have it started in the center, you move it to the right, and you want to move it to the left, it will just keep going back and forth. It will not actually reset. It will just move backwards and then go forwards again, and you don't want that. So you actually have to start your object on the left, move it to the right, and then I'll show you guys how to, and then we bring it into Premiere, and then you just loop it. So I believe that I was just adding like 300 pixels, eating about 2 frames, and really you could have done this a lot easier. You didn't have to do all the keyframes. You could have just started it at way on the left. Then keyframe started in the left keyframe, brought it to the middle where it intersects with the outline, keyframe it there, and you could have brought it all the way on the right where you want it to stop, keyframe it there. So you really only need 2 keyframes or 3 keyframes. You don't really need to do a bunch of keyframes. Something I messed up as well. Really you don't have to do that. And here I'm just testing what's going on, and for some reason what happens a lot of the time is that at the very end it wants to move up, and you don't, and really you just gotta, just like that. I'm not sure why that is. All you have to do is just bring it back down to the original, and then it should be fitting with all the other ones. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through this. I'm gonna fast forward. Because like I said, you don't actually have to have all these keyframes for each movement. You really just gotta have one at the beginning, one in the middle for where it hits the outline, if you don't want to break the game, and then one at the end for it being on the right. And then you bring each of the layers down to, I believe it was just the last keyframe that you're at. And you go to, what did I want to do? Oh yeah, I just want to switch the layers so that the scooter was on top of the outlines. Then you go to those 3 little bars on the right, hit media, or like export media, or export video, something like that. You could have just done file, media, export, something like that as well. But I should just go to the 3 lines on the right. Always export as H.264. Be sure that you know where you want to put it, and then the naming convention as well. then I always bring it. Then I brought it to Premiere. There's the piece of footage that we made. For some reason, there's a little black at the very end of it. Not to worry. All you got to do is copy paste. Yeah. So there was a little. Oh. So when I was exporting from Photoshop, I must have had one keyframe too much, something like that, or the layers were too much. So then, I mean, all I got to do is cut that off, and then it works just fine. Then copy paste until you get to your desired length. You can even slow it down or speed it up if it's going too fast or too slow. That one might be a little too fast, but here I was noticing that it was a little shaky. I honestly don't know if it came out like that in the final result, but I was just saying that it's because I was screen recording. Then I could just copy pasted it to about 9 seconds. Then delete just a file export media after that, and then you're done. Thanks for watching, guys.